I'm feeling stuck right now. For the last week, nothing's been flowing. I know what I want to be working on, but when I sit down to write or create, I've got nothing. And the more I try to push through it, the worse it gets. So today I want to talk about what to actually do when you're feeling stuck in your business, because it's not generally what you think. And so my name is Heather Cameron. I work with women entrepreneurs, and I am here to tell you that being stuck in your business happens to all of us. And it doesn't happen at the most opportune time or when we expect it. Sometimes we just get stuck. And today I sat down to write my weekly newsletter to my audience or to my community, and nothing. I know what I wanted to write. I have a plan. I have all my content planned out for the next couple of months. It just didn't come. It wasn't flowing. I couldn't write anything authentic. And the more I worked on it, the more it sounded like AI wrote it, which is something I don't want to do. If you listened to my video last week, you'll know that I think it's really important that we get our own voice in AI, and this wasn't happening for me. So I had to remind myself of a couple of things. First is the only way to get through feeling stuck is to surrender to being stuck. One of my coaches once told me a while ago is don't try to get unstuck. So what you're stuck. Like it doesn't matter. You're stuck. It's okay. Stuck is fine. It happens to all of us. Being stuck is no big deal. It's part of the process. The second thing I had to remind myself of is I almost always get stuck when I'm going in a new direction or I'm starting something new and I form the ideas. I've put the plan together and now it's time to put that plan into action. I always get stuck at that moment, and I've been doing this for a long time. And the third thing I had to remind myself of, it never lasts. But the more I try to force through it, the more stuck I get and the more frustrated I get. And the more I start to beat myself up about not doing the things that I planned. And when I finally surrendered to it and just say, it's okay to be stuck, it's like a weight is lifted off my shoulders and I start to move out of unstuck almost the moment that happens. Now, moving out of unstuck doesn't happen like I'm stuck one moment. I have this realization that the best way to be unstuck is to surrender to it. I don't become unstuck in a moment. But what I do is I start doing things that help me become unstuck. So the first one is I give myself grace. And I'm not running after my to-do list. It's just like take a moment, give yourself grace, and allow yourself to be stuck without any pressure. The next thing I did was I flipped my newsletter topic completely. I had a plan of what it was going to be. I do a newsletter every Tuesday. So instead of not doing the newsletter, which was an option, or trying to force the news topic that I had planned, which honestly was starting to sound like AI wrote it, I decided to flip it. And I wrote my newsletter about exactly this topic, about being stuck and how we become unstuck. And just flipping it around started the creative juices flowing because I was writing about something that was truly real to me in the moment, that was honest, that was real, that happens to all of us. The next part of being unstuck or just living in this moment of being stuck is working on what energizes me and makes me feel. I love the word delicious. It's just like yummy and delicious. And sometimes that's something really simple and sometimes it's more complicated. For me, another way of getting unstuck is just to refocus myself. So, okay, you're stuck today. Go and do something different, refocus yourself. I love to create, I love to do art, and that's a way of refocusing myself. I just have to balance that from not getting totally lost in that and not doing the things that are going to move my business forward. I also have to remind myself that I am serving my clients fully. So as much as I'm stuck in this moment, in this little piece of my business that I need to be working on, I am serving my clients fully and they are rocking it. I am working towards the support that we need for the scrapbooking side of my business. So if you're new to me, I have two components of my business. I'm a client coach and strategist, but I also partner with a friend and we run a very successful online summit called the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, and we have a membership off of that. That's going really well. So that's another part to remind myself that that's going really, really well, and that my unstuck and feeling stuck focus is on where I'm moving my business to, where I'm moving stuff into something new. And so the next part of doing and where I am is just to give myself permission to be exactly where I am right now. It's okay. I'm allowed to be stuck. There's nothing wrong with it. I will get unstuck. stuff will start moving. And if I focus on doing the stuff I need to do for my summit and for the Scrapbooking Fun Circle, for that element of what we do, I can get some of that done. If I focus my energy on serving my clients fully so they continue to rock it, I can get that done. And when I flip my newsletter to something that is authentic and what's going on right now about being stuck, it starts to move things along. Like I said, giving myself permission. It's okay to be stuck. It is all right to be in that place where you are stuck. So if you're ever stuck in your business, whether it's like a huge stuck or just a little stuck, give yourself permission, accept the fact that being stuck is actually very normal. And sometimes it's because we're moving someplace new. We're moving our business, our focus to something new. Sometimes being stuck can come from over comparing ourselves. A little bit about, if I'm honest, a little bit of my stuck this moment is that I am doing something new and it's scary to put something new out there. Another part of my stuck is a little bit of comparitis, which I don't do very often, but it's like, okay, other people are talking about this in a different way. Am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? And I know in my gut I'm going in the right direction. I know from talking to clients and people, this is something people need. But I hit that wall of feeling like it was stuck and not feeling like I was ready to put out the information that I wanted to put out. And so that's what I really wanted to focus on this. If you are feeling stuck in your business, it is 100% okay. And the more you try to get unstuck, it's like sitting in quicksand and you're going to keep sinking into that quicksand because you're trying to get unstuck and you're forcing yourself through something. So instead of forcing yourself, just surrender to being stuck. Just normalize it, that it's a very normal thing to happen as a business owner. We are going to get stuck not just once, not just twice, but multiple times in our business. And it's truly something that we get to normalize. And then understand what you have to do to get unstuck. Number one is just accepting it. Give yourself grace and try not to run after this to-do list that's just going to dig you deeper into that feeling of stuck. And flip things over. Do something that's yummy. Do something that's energizing and delicious. Work on something in your business that is just there and easy for you to do. Serve your clients fully and really look after them and give yourself permission to be exactly where you are right now. And I know that sounds kind of strange sometimes, but when you do that, the unstuck will start to happen naturally because you're taking all that energy and pressure off of you. And in reality, the newsletter that I planned to write today, that I've been trying to write for over a week, will come together in the next couple of weeks. The topics that I want to talk to will come together. But talking about this in real, about what feeling stuck is about, and knowing I've been in business for over 20 some odd years, and I have been stuck many times. And that not beating yourself up. And even if it means turning off your computer and going to do something completely different for a few hours or even a day, that's okay. That's one of the beauties of being our own bosses is we can do that. It's when we do too much of that that becomes a problem. But when we're doing that in the moment to move from stuck to unstuck, it's amazing. The energy I have now doing this video is 20 times more the energy than what I had when I sat down at my computer today to write this newsletter that I just couldn't get. And the more I tried to get it, the more it sounded blah, blah, blah. The more it sounded like AI, the less my voice was coming through in anything that I was doing. And so flipping and doing things differently and accepting that I'm stuck and that I will get unstuck in the next couple of days or weeks. In fact, I will get unstuck in this week, I hope. Without pressure, I hope. And so I want you to think about that when you're stuck in your business. How do you just surrender to it and accept it, that it's normal, and think about why it's happening? Like, I know my stuck is happening because I'm about to do something different. And sometimes when I do something different, I get very analytical and I start to compare myself with others. That kind of thing that we all go down to. But I am very committed to doing what I'm going to do that's different. And it's a lesson for me. So when you're stuck, surrender to being stuck. It's as simple as that. Surrender to it. Allow it to exist. If it lasts too long, then yes, you need to ask deeper questions about when you're stuck. And that's where coaching can help. So I am a coach. I'm a business coach and strategist. That's where working with a coach can help. So I can get myself unstuck, but I also know that I can get unstuck quickly when I have those powerful conversations with like an accountability partner or a coach. That can move me from stuck to unstuck quickly as well, because Usually stuck's coming from insecurities, from not knowing the next step, from feeling like you're on the right path, but it's kind of scary. And I know when I work with my clients, getting them unstuck is one of the key things that I do with them because I can see it from a different perspective. And I don't have as much, I don't have as much energy or skin in the game when it comes to that. I'm there to support them, but they can get stuck as well. And so that's it for today. I really wanted to put that for you. When you are feeling stuck, the most powerful thing you can do is surrender to the stuck and find your own list of things, right? Like giving yourself grace, flipping your topic like I did today. Work on something that energizes you. Reach out to your support systems. Serve your existing clients fully. Give yourself permission to be exactly where you are and do the things that come natural and easy that start to build momentum for you. And if you are stuck and it's a Monday morning and you're a woman entrepreneur, come and join me for the Bistro Bite. This is my place that I've created on Monday mornings to really set your tone and intention for the week. Show up when you can. It's not recorded. It is just a live conversation with other women business owners who want to move forward in their business and feel the power of community can help them do that.